Going forward, forwards, into the future. Hello everybody, welcome to the school vlog. My name's Lee. Today we're talking phrasal verbs. Yes indeed, finally we're doing the good stuff. Real, natural, native English. A lot of people may ask, what are phrasal verbs? A lot of people seem to find them quite complicated. So this is going to be a series of videos in which I explain not only how to use them, but inherently what they are. As a native English person, I found it very interesting the first time I picked up a phrasal verb dictionary and found I understand all of them intuitively. People say that English natives learn phrasal verbs at an earlier period of their development than other language structures. This is to say it's something intuitively wired into how we think. Phrasal verbs, they're very similar to body language. They're very intuitive. Sometimes they can have literal meanings, sometimes they have more lateral meanings. But the literal and the lateral are inherently mixed. So if you think of body language, what am I doing with my hands? You kind of get that. It's a cultural understanding. On and on and on, he never stops talking. That means going on. So going on, you get the idea. It goes on, it continues. But that movement of the hands, we intuitively understand. Come on, you can do this. Go on, don't stop. So phrasal verbs, you will see, as we progress with these videos, are very similar to that. Another example, going forward, forwards, into the future. Why is forward the future? Why not up? It's just a natural thing that we, in Western societies anyway, intuitively understand the idea of forward as progress, as going into the future. So it's no surprise that we also have the phrasal verb go forward, or look forward. Ooh, we're going to do my favourites! I'm excited. I'm looking forward to reading. But the same, back. Back, we understand as a retrogression. It's in the language. I'm looking back. I'm nostalgic. Remember the 1980s. Ooh, I'm looking back to all the great and not quite so great music from the 80s. Better leave it in the past. To start with, of course, people think, oh my God, phrasal verbs only exist in English. There's nothing like them in other languages. Not really. Other languages have similar structures to phrasal verbs. For example, both Latin and Greek have something which, for all intents and purposes, is the same as phrasal verbs. English, instead of using lots and lots of different verbs, we recycle the verbs with different prepositions. So, for example, I'm going, but where am I going? Am I going up? Am I going down? Am I going left or right? Am I going in or out? Where am I going? I'm going forwards, I'm going backwards. So there's lots of different directions. This is more of a literal phrasal verb. You go in a particular direction. Well, it won't surprise us to see that Latin has exactly the same. However, in Latin, they do not use a verb with a preposition. The preposition is used as a prefix in Latin. So you'll find that pretty much all of the same concepts exist exactly the same in Latin, which is essentially Old Spanish. So it's not such an original idea. Julius Caesar had similar things. So in Latin, of course, it's not the verb to go up, or to go in, or go out. It's the verb to outgo, the verb to through go. They put them as a prefix. But it's pretty much the same concept. In fact, you use a Latin phrasal verb every day when you leave a building. What do you see above the door? Exit, eggs it. He, she, it goes out. Or he, she, it out goes. So you could say, well, he, she, it can go out. What about me? Can I go out? Of course, I'm not suggesting, of course, you have to go out and learn Latin. It's just to show there's nothing unusual about phrasal verbs. Old Spanish, which you call Latin, already has them. Just for some reason, as Latin developed into modern languages, they disappeared somehow. It's a mystery. Well then, that's just a basic introduction to what phrasal verbs are. Next time, we're going to look in more detail, how do you use them? We're going to look at the different structures with phrasal verbs. Okay, so come back here next time for part 2, phrasal verbs, Lee's lateral logic, introduction to phrasal verbs. Seeing you. Look forward, go back, or go on and on and on.